I always thought that there was something wrong with me. I always thought that I really wasn't meant to fit in. I never really thought that I could be a social person. I really did think that, and I thought that for a long time. When I was a child, I never wanted to be around crowds or groups of people. Even more than just being around five people gave me social anxiety. It hurt me to my soul for some weird reason to be around groups of people. And then when the kid starts acting up, they think, hey, he's a bad kid. You need to do something about that. What if, what if it's just something else? Something nobody doesn't really talk about. The idea of somebody not just getting along with crowds and then somebody saying, oh, this person is just weird. No. People treat what I have like a condition or a disease. It's not exactly that. I am not. How do I put this in the best way? Look, I like people. I do. Do I really care to talk to people though? Not really. No. I just want to be to myself in my room, getting my grind going. That's really it. Or doing whatever I have to. I don't want to engage with people as much as people think I should, you know? Like, for example, a few years back, neighbors would come in and out. There were this one family. It was a girl. She came in, basically the exact same age as me, basically, right? And one of my relatives would be like, oh, you should go over there and ask her to play and blah, blah, blah. Just letting y'all know, I'm already like 14, 15, right? She's about 13. She was cool. I talked to her. I actually sparked up the courage to talk to her once. But I just couldn't see myself putting myself in her world. Like, I really couldn't. And the funny thing is, she wanted me to play with her too. And I just couldn't. I couldn't indulge myself. I just couldn't because I was so up my own head that I couldn't allow myself to socialize with people to a point. And don't think I didn't have friends. I did. My friends actually understood like what was wrong with me. Well, one of them was calling me antisocial, and it's like it's not really more of a diagnosis, it feels more disrespectful. But I guess I am technically antisocial. But when somebody says, oh, he's just antisocial, don't worry about him, it just doesn't seem right. I would have heard, I'd rather her say, just don't worry about him, you know? It's not even the fact that I'm shy. I talk to people. I'm talking to y'all. I'm not shy behind the camera. I'm not shy in front of people. I just don't want to talk to people. So does that make me antisocial or shy? I don't know. I really don't. All I know is that for all my introverts out there, you're not the only one that thinks the way you think. Because here's the thing. Somebody even said, oh, he's just to himself all the time and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, and see, that's the problem. You're complaining about something that has nothing to do with you. You don't know what's going on in my head. You don't know anything, you know. You don't. You don't understand what's going on in my head. And you should keep it like that because honestly, you don't want to know what's going on in my head. Because respectfully, people just take that for granted every day. Every day when I'm walking around, somebody will like, sparks up a conversation. If somebody wants to talk to me, I'm going to talk. Okay? I'm not just going to ignore somebody. I don't ignore people. That's one thing I don't do. I don't avoid people on purpose or ignore people on purpose. So if somebody wants to get to know me, they can get to know me. We can be friends. We can be cool. But I am not the one to go out and find like a conversation. It's so hard for me to do that because it's like when I feel like I'm doing that, I feel like I'm interrupting something. It is like I feel like it's a sign of disrespect or something. So I keep to myself. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but believe it or not, that's how I seen things, That's why it was so hard for me to be like, oh, it's a party, you should go talk to somebody. I'm like, shit, this is the one thing. These are just the reasons why I don't go to parties. People go to parties to interact and have fun. The fun part I got. The interaction part, starting the interaction is like, I am a very over-calculated person. So my approach means everything in the world. You know what I mean? And that's tough for a lot of people, because you feel like, oh, I should have never said that, or now I want to take that back, and you can't. You know what I mean? I am one of those people when I feel like I fucked up. It's like it truly sticks in my head for the rest of the day, Because I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have did that a million times better. And it's not even because I regret things, more or less. It's more of the fact that since I feel like I'm way better than what I am, it just sticks in my brain like, oh, why did I do that stupid shit? Like, honestly, you know what I mean? Like, I can't believe it. Like, don't get me wrong. I want to hang out with people. I want to get to know people. Believe it or not, I went out of my comfort zone. Like, I'm going to say starting the end of November between the end of the beginning of February. I was so out of my comfort zone. I was hanging out with somebody consistently. I was having fun. We was kicking it. We was having fun. Like, honestly. He's a cool guy. Honestly. Cool guy. And he actually helped me in a way. Like, he's like, oh, you can call me. You know what I mean? I don't have to call you. Like, that's one thing I had to, like, get over my head, So I started calling him, and he started liking it. Like, oh, this is what I wanted from you, I wanted you to show interest, that you actually wanted a friendship with me. I'm like, cool, thank you for that, man. Like, honestly, because the chances of me calling somebody is so slim. It's so slim. So in a way, he's like, yo, I'm the only one calling you and blah, blah, blah. Do you even care? I'm like, I do. It's just the way how I think. And actually, that's what he didn't even tell me to call him. He's like, hey man, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to call you whatsoever until you call me first. I had to understand reciprocation is key to a friendship, for anything. Because he's doing all this, and it's like, I'm not even trying to reach my hand out. Now, he says I'm cool. He's a great person. It's just hard for me to, like, put myself, like, yo, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to walk every day in society and knowing that it's hard to keep a straight face, especially when somebody does start a conversation with me. It's very, like, weird sometimes because some people say some very weird things. It just be like, damn, like, like crazy shit. Like, I'm still trying to understand why I am the way I am. Like, why am I so to myself if I want to help everybody? Why am I so scared to talk to somebody if I want to give people advice? Why am I the way I am? I don't know. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.